Now, when I mentioned interrupting, give you an analogy. I call it the sandbox analogy. When I was younger, well, actually, my whole life up until my early 20s, I had severe social anxiety. And when I was a little kid, instead of just kind of keeping to myself and being quiet, a lot of times I would lash out and act angry. I guess I did that when I was a teenager too. I got in a lot of fights when I was a teenager. But when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old, I would play in a sandbox. There was a sandbox in our apartment complex. And I would bring my G.I. Joes out there. I was really into G.I. Joes, and I would play with the G.I. Joes, and I would set up like forts. I was really into like setting up like a fort for my guys. So, I would make like mud huts and just try to create this little world. Anyway, I would get really into it, and I would be playing with my G.I. Joes in the sandbox, and of course, other little kids would want to come in and join me, and they would want to play in the sandbox as well. There's only one sandbox, right? So a lot of times when little kids would come in or try to be too close to me, I remember stick and like shaking it at them and just getting really angry. I was really weird kid. So I had my defenses up. And I remember on one occasion, a kid came up, and instead of, intruding on my space, it wasn't my space, but instead of getting too close to me or trying to grab one of my G.I. Joes and play with them himself, he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And at first I was, kind of nervous. I was like, "Oh, I'm making a fort," It's like, "Oh, that's cool. What if you made a wall here? Oh, you know what you can do? You can wet the sand and make it mud so that it stays up more. And let me go get you some sticks so we can make like a roof." And so he was like helping me, but not intruding, right? And after a few minutes, he was sitting next to me in the sandbox, and we were making this like whole little military base together for my G.I. Joes. And he became my friend. So who was the leader there? He was a leader, and he was leading us into friendship. And it's very similar to what you're doing with women. Now this kid didn't want to steal my Joes. He might have just wanted to play with my G.I. Joes. He might have thought they were cool. See, he wanted to play with the G.I. Joes. He didn't want to steal them though. And he knew that if we worked together, we could make an even better fort. So that's what you're doing with women. And you are interrupting, but you have a good intention. Part of that intention is to make her feel good emotionally, but also physically. And to make yourself feel good. And there's nothing wrong with you feeling good. Her body is designed for ultimate pleasure for you, and vice versa.